What's going on, guys? Welcome to Frank's Median Reviews. Today's video is going to be 31 horror movies that I watched for October. These are the movies that get me into Halloween. These are ones that I have traditionally watched during the month of October. Some movies on this list are ones that are new, but I think are like must-watches for October, because October is when I watch like the classics, are just movies that I just want to be spooked. I want to get scared, and these movies on the list get me into Halloween mood. And so yeah, guys, hit that like and subscribe button. If you do, I really appreciate it. Check out my tier memberships. It starts as low as $1.99, $4.99, $9.99, and $19.99. And thank you to all of my tier members. I'm going to start this, and I'm going to let you guys know that this list is not ranked. It's not ranked at all. I think I will save like the last couple as like my favorites. But for the most part, this list isn't ranked. There are just 31 movies that I just truly love, and let's go. 31. The first movie is going to be one that if you watched my Let's Get Into Spooky season, this is the movie that gets me into Halloween. And that is Halloween Kills. As I stated in that video, I think this is the most ruthless, brutal, scary type of Michael Myers. The kills are fantastic. And there's some throwbacks to some other Halloween films in the franchise. I just love it, man. The music. Oh my gosh, man. I really like this movie. I know there's some annoying parts in it, but this movie is so damn fun. And if I'm honest, I rewind some of the kills or some of the scenes just to watch it again, man. And it's got a pretty good Dolby Atmos track as well. So this is the movie to start off the list, Halloween Kills. 30 is going to be The Lost Boys. I watch this movie, I want to say twice a year. Once during summertime, because this feels like a summer type of atmospheric movie. But I also watch this during Halloween season, man. I just love it. This is my favorite vampire movie of all time. Kiefer Sutherland plays top 3, in my opinion, like best vampires of all time. And I like the lore that's in this, and I just like the whole 80s nostalgic atmosphere in it. It's just a very fun vampire flick of a movie that I watch 2 times a year. So that's number 30. Number 29 is a movie that really chills me to the bone, and I think it gets even better or more intense when you become a parent, and I'm talking about Pet Sematary. This movie can be brutal, and once because it plays out as a very happy beginning, and then of course the incident with the boy. Dang, man, that always gets me no matter how many times I have seen this film. There are some creepy ass imagery, people. It's very atmospheric. I mean, this movie is so damn good. I love it, and it's very gripping. I think the storyline. And then, like I said, it hits a little bit different when you become a parent. And yeah, so that is Pet Sematary. Number 28 is probably, I want to say this is my newest one, or second to newest one. And that is Haunt. I saw this movie a couple years ago, and I liked the film a lot. and then I recently bought it and I enjoyed it even more. I think this is just a perfect Halloween movie that you save for the year for this month. It is chilling. It can be scary. It's very tense. And the guys, man, the mask, the intimidating figures, the physicality that they have, and the moments in here, there can be some, WTF moments, guys. And I really like it. And I really like this girl. What is Katie Stevens? I think she plays a very good final girl in this film. At least the way how it ends, I was like, hell yeah. So Haunt is very good. Next is The Exorcist. This is a damn classic. It's a masterpiece. The imagery to this film still holds up. I just think that it's so atmospheric and chilling, and with the Dolby Atmos that was recently added to the 4K, it even sounds better. But geez, man, there are so many damn good moments in this movie. You just save it for October, man. I think so. At least for me. I love it. And I just got to show you guys the back. Look at that. Just floating up. Ooh, so damn good. So creepy. I love it, man. Next is going to be one of my favorite modern horror movies. And that is It Follows. Monroe is amazing, and some of these scenes, like, it hooks you in the beginning of the movie with the girl that's afraid for her life, what ends up happening to her, and then you get to meet Monroe and her friends, and just the story that happens to her and this entity that follows her. Truly terrifying, man. I think it is. And the Dolby Atmos definitely improves how immersive that sound design is. It is so damn good, man. So It Follows is definitely a must watch for October. This, to me, is one of my favorite horror films of all time, and I watched it actually during the summer, but I'm gonna watch it again because that's what I do, guys. I watch this movie every damn month of October, and I'm talking about The Descent. This movie just makes you feel so claustrophobic, and it can be so damn scary. The creature design, the way that the friends try to survive, what happens to them, it is so damn good. And oh my goodness, man, I just love it. It's a masterpiece to me, and this needs a beautiful release, a limited release, something. It doesn't have to be 4K, man. I just want some badass physical release instead of a thin Blu-ray. So if there's one, I'm missing it. I don't know about it. But guys, Second Sight, Arrow Video, someone, this needs to have a beautiful box set, man. Oh my goodness. So The Descent, perfect to me. This, to me, is the best movie in the franchise, and normally I would have picked number one, but if I'm being honest, this is the movie that I look forward to watching the most in the franchise every October, and I'm talking about Paranormal Activity 3. Same like Pet Sematary, this movie is very effective when you become a parent, at least it is to me, and dang, there is some tense, your eyes are just glued to the TV moments, and I love it. I love found footage. It's my favorite subgenre within horror. And this to me is one of the best that have ever been made. I love you, Paranormal Activity 3. So badass, man. So good. Next is one of the best found footage horror films to have come out in such a long time. Oh my gosh, I think it's like my probably top 3, top 5 favorite found footage films, and that is Hell House LLC. This movie is creepy as hell, man. No pun intended. It's got scary, very chilling clowns who just pop out of nowhere, move somewhere. I mean, the mask that they have, the look is just like, what the hell? Scary, man. I hate clowns. You know this, but this is who I am. I watch this movie every damn year. And I can't wait to get that Blu-ray set from Umbrella Entertainment that's being released in October. This is the newest edition that I got, and I just got it because once I saw it last year, I was shocked of how much I enjoyed it and how like I couldn't believe I didn't see this movie earlier. I was dumbfounded, and I do have to thank my good friend Chris from Nightmare Collective. Check his channel out. He's a wonderful guy. He suggested this movie that I need to get to watch, and I'm talking about Ghost Watch. I love this movie, and I simply had to get the best edition for this movie. I think this is one of the best paranormal horror films out there that has ever been made. It is so gripping, it's so lifelike, and I can see why this movie is a classic. When it, right when it came out, how it scared so many people when it aired in BBC. And I can't wait. I can't wait to watch this movie in October. I watch this every dang October, and that's the original Conjuring. I love this movie, man. I think this kind of brought back a little bit of that modern horror movies. That at the time it was a little bit of a struggle, but it is so atmospheric. It is so damn good. There's wonderful moments on here that it just, your eyes are just glued to the scene, to the TV. It's very tense. And I think the acting is pretty good. The how effectiveness of the horror elements to this film is very good. I'm also a huge fan of The Conjuring 2. That has a wonderful Dolby Atmos as well. The original Conjuring has a 5.1, but these need to have a 4K, man. Holy cow. Come on, guys. Waiting for it, Warner Brothers. Next is my movie that got me into the horror genre when I was a kid, that scared the living shit out of me, and that is the original Nightmare on Elm Street. A Nightmare on Elm Street is simply it's a masterpiece. It's iconic. Freddy Krueger is an iconic horror villain. Robert Englund plays him very well, but this is the movie that is easily the scariest, and it just goes there, man. There's so many iconic horror death scenes, moments, some imagery. It's so damn good. It is frightening at moments. At least it was for me as a kid, and to me it just still holds up as one of the best horror films that have ever been made, and I save it for October. This is probably like the most lighthearted film on here, but I do save this for October. Well, I watch it in October. Sometimes I watch it during throughout the year, like during summertime, or just whenever my kids want to watch it. And that is Ghostbusters. You can't talk about October without mentioning Ghostbusters. Even though if I remember right, this takes place during the summer, but it just is a perfect horror comedy Halloween movie, man. I love it. It's just a perfect intro into the horror genre. It, to me, is definitely, it's a masterpiece. It's so damn good. And this is what got kids into the horror genre. If you're like an 80s kid, like myself. So Ghostbusters. Next is a movie that is also a good intro, but is slightly more scarier. And I think it's one of the best out there. And that is a Poltergeist. You guys know I don't like clowns, and this is the movie that got me into not liking clowns. And that creepy ass clown doll. But guys, man, each of these movies just has a perfect like image, the imagery to them. There's like a scene for them from each film that just really stuck with me. And 1 is the clown, 2 is the tree, 3 is just the entities that go around the house that capture the girl, the big ass monster that comes out and tries to get the parents. I mean, it is one of the best horror films that has ever been made, and it is a must watch, must own movie. If I'm being honest, this was probably on the edge, but I really do of making this list. But I really do like this movie, and I think it has perfect fall Halloween feelings, vibes, and it's very atmospheric, and it can be chilling, and there's some damn good moments in this film, and I'm talking about Sleepy Hollow. I really enjoy how Tim Burton directed the film. I love the gothic feel to it. The Headless Horseman is very scary. Yes, there's some light-hearted scenes to mix it in a little bit, but dude, it is freaking awesome. And Christopher Walken in this film is the moments that he is in the film, he just captures the viewer in this film, man. And I highly recommend this film. It's been out obviously for a very long time, but I highly recommend watching this film during October. I normally would have picked the most famous one, but I still think that the movie I would pick out of all the Universal Classic monster movies, it would be Frankenstein. Dracula, I think, is more atmospheric. It fits Halloween better. But personally for me, I go back to Frankenstein. I think it's the best Universal Classic monster movie that has been made, at least the ones that I have seen. It's got the best storyline. And Boris, he just plays an amazing Frankenstein, the monster. He plays an amazing monster, and I just love this movie, man. I just love it. It is such an iconic movie, and I need to get those steel books, man, of Dracula. All the classic ones. But guys, it is so damn good. There's some good imagery in this film too. And the 4K looks very good. Highly recommend it. This movie is one of my favorites of all time, and it is it just grips you. It is so passionate, whether it's the family dynamic, whether it's the trauma, whether it's the cult like storyline that goes in this movie. And I'm talking about Hereditary. This is, to me, one of the best horror movies that has ever been made. It is so gripping. Imagery to this film is very good. The music is very good. The ending is just bonkers. It's so dark, and I love it. It's one of my favorite theater experiences that I've had ever as well. And so this, to me, is a masterpiece of a film, and I highly recommend it for October. Next is going to be a classic. You watch this every damn October, and if you don't, you need to start doing it. That's Scream. Scream. It's a classic, guys. Enough can't be said, but I think it just brings so much different elements from various horror films that has very likable characters, a story that is pretty good, the twist at the end. There's a nice twist to the film, and an iconic horror villain, obviously Ghostface, and it just helped the horror genre at the time. And yeah, I mean, it made 6 damn films. So, but this is the best one out of them all. Like, it's not even a contest, guys. Scream. This one is to me one of the best modern horror films that has come out in the past few years. I was just totally surprised. I was expecting to kind of like it, but not love it like I do, because I bought a couple releases, the standard and this one right here, and I'm talking about Talk to Me. This is the Umbrella Entertainment edition. But guys, this is such a good damn movie. I love how it just gets you from the beginning of the film at the party, and the music, the last half of the film, at least the last third, there's some gripping moments to this film where you don't know how it's going to be played, and then when stuff does happen, it happens to an individual you didn't think anything was going to happen to, and it just bam goes for it, and it just like keeps you there. Your eyes are and your whole body, man, is glued to the screen. And so I love Talk to Me. Talk to Me is so damn good. This here is a must watch for October, because this scares crap out of you, man. And I'm talking about The Dark and the Wicked. Again, I save movies that really are effective to me and scare me, gives me the chills. I like the uneasiness, how tense some moments are, and this to me is one of them. It just goes for it, and I love this movie so damn much. I will get any time I can to talk about The Dark and the Wicked. It is truly a masterpiece of a film, and one that I always recommend to people to watch. So damn good. Next is The Cabin in the Woods. This is also, I think, one of the lighthearted ones that I have left. One of them. I think there's one more. But this movie is a damn classic. It got some great actors in this film. It's got just a plot twist that, if you are watching it for the first time, is very cool, very effective. I like how there's various amounts of creatures in this film. The creature design, there's some atmospheric moments that are very good. And it blends in some comedic moments as well. That the rewatchability to this film is 1,000, man. It is so damn good. And it's, to me, one of the perfect Halloween movies. It's a movie that you just save for October. And now we're getting to like the damn good ones. And I actually just recently saw this to kick off fall and that Halloween season, man. And that is It's Chapter 1. I love Bill Skarsgård playing Pennywise. It's so damn good and chilling and haunting in some scenes. And guys, yeah, I don't know, man. I just think this is, there were some moments that happened to some kids that you're like, oh shit, they went there. And I love the chemistry between the Losers Club. I like how mean, intimidating, not only from like Pennywise, but the actual humans, the other asshole kids, the father to one of the kids. I mean, the adults in this film are they're jerks, man. And the rewatchability is pretty high because there's some moments that if you don't see it on the first time, you recognize or you know that, Pennywise is actually this person. And so just the way that plays out is very cool. And the sound design to this film is very good as well. This to me is a must own. And again, the Dolby Atmos is very good in this film. So It Chapter 1, so damn good. Next is going to be an instant classic, one that I usually save towards the end of the month of October. And I want to say the rest of these I save towards the very end of October. And this one is The Shining. This is simply one of the best films that has ever been made, not within the horror genre, but I'm talking about out of all films. That's how much I love this film. Jack Nicholson is incredible. And just the music to this film is so memorable, guys. It's just incredible. And I will kind of cheat. This is, I think, the only time that I kind of will. But I can't talk about The Shining without mentioning Dr. Sleep. I think this is one of the best sequels ever. Like, ever. And what Michael Flanagan did to the adaptation of and following up with The Shining and he made Rose the Hat so iconic. I watch these movies like either back to back or one day, and then the next day I watch Dr. Sleep. I have to mention this movie because this movie is one of the best, and to me it's like a tie. Again, this is to me. They're different in their own way, but you can't mention one without the other, at least in my opinion. Next, oh my god, guys. Okay, so this movie is simply chilling, and the sound design, the imagery, those get you, and the way that they introduce the villain throughout the movie is so damn good. But those found footage moments just hit different, man. Oh my gosh. And the eerie music that plays in the back, I'm talking about sinister. I can't wait to watch this in October. I always save this towards the end of the month when it's a cold, dark night, when it's rainy. I popped this in, and oh man, I love it, man. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I watch this a couple times in October. It's so damn good, and I'm really glad that this recently got a steelbook. It's a Blu-ray steelbook, but I love this movie, man. So damn good. One of the best modern horror films, in my opinion. Next is going to be a movie that I think is so damn effective. I think it's one of the best U.S. remakes ever. And I'm blanking right now. I might be the best or my favorites, at least out of the horror genre. But I'm talking about The Ring. I love this movie. Saw it when I was in high school, and I just loved it, man. I couldn't believe that there was a U.S. adaptation or a U.S. remake that was better than the original, in my opinion. And it is so chilling. There's some iconic imagery in this film that it just sticks in your head. I love it, man. I love it. And Naomi Watts plays a very good character. I think the boy is pretty damn annoying. But that being said, the moments in this movie are just simply out of this world, and I love it. Oh, man. Same thing with Sinister. I watch it during like a cold, gloomy night, man. Next is a movie that is my favorite. This is my favorite horror film of all time. My favorite. It has my favorite horror villain, and that is Candyman. I watched this religiously in October. Same thing with Sinister. I watched this probably a couple times in the month of October. I think it's just one of the best horror films ever made. Obviously, it's my number one, but the way that the story plays out, the way that the score, the music to this, how it blends in with the scenes that's happening in the movie. Tony Todd plays in a very scary, haunting. He plays a very haunting killer, an iconic killer. And what happens to him, at least the lore behind Candyman, it's so damn brutal. But I love it. I love it. I saw this when I was a young kid. I think in first or second grade, and I was like, "Oh my god!" So damn scared. Never really called his name when I was younger. 5 times. But guys, this is incredible. So Candyman is so damn good. Candyman. Next is a movie that I actually just recently watched in my watch party, but traditionally I save it for the month of October, and that is the best werewolf movie of all time. That is An American Werewolf in London. What can't be said about this film? I mean, the imagery, the practical effects, it won a damn Oscar for it. It blends in some good comedy when to lighten the mood. The way that his friend body deteriorates, and oh my gosh, the sound design to this, the acting is so damn good. It's very atmospheric and eerie at the Slaughterhouse Lamb pub. The beginning of that scene when they walk in, as this couple strangers walk into the bar. It's very uneasiness. It's very tense. A whole situation of that happens. And then just the transformation is just unreal. Still the best to any movie of any creature to have ever been made. An American Werewolf in London is a masterpiece of a film, and like I said, it's a must watch in October. So these last four films are, I would say, my favorite movies to watch for the month of October. I listed my favorite horror film of all time. However, I still think that these four films are simply the best to watch for the month of October. So here we go. My number 4 is going to be The Thing. Even though it doesn't take place in Halloween, I watch it in October. I want a movie that can terrify me, that the imagery just sticks with you. There's some very tense moments, and this to me is John Carpenter's best film without a doubt. It is simply an incredible film, one of the best films that have ever been made. The acting is so damn good between the entire crew. Who the hell is The Thing? And it's so the moments are so tense between them, and the ending is just iconic. I again, it is John Carpenter's best film. Incredible film. Incredible. This is one that I really love. Obviously, it's in my top 3. It is a perfect blend. A recipe to save, to watch towards the very end of the month of October, and that is Halloween 3: Season of the Witch. It took me. I did not see this film for a long time. But once I saw this film, it hooked me, and the ending to me is one of the best endings to any horror film that has ever been made. The imagery to this film, the storyline of why this asshole does this thing, the owner of the Shamrock industry, what he does, why he does it, and scenes that you think the film isn't actually going to go for, it does, and it's just iconic. I mean, the Skeleton Witch and Pumpkin are just iconic images for not only the film but Halloween itself. They just captures the season of Halloween. And guys, this to me is perfect. It is such a perfect Halloween film. Again, it's a masterpiece, man. Masterpiece of a film. My number 2 is the original Halloween. How can you not mention the original Halloween? This is a 5 out of 5 masterpiece of a film. Each time I watch it, I just think it gets better and better, and I've seen it a bazillion times. But the score, the cinematography that John Carpenter has in this film, even though I think The Thing is a better movie, for Halloween there is no other film that's better. Well, except for the next film, at least to me. But it's iconic for a reason, and just how intimidating the shape Michael Myers is. Oh my gosh, man. It is a masterpiece. It's so damn good. Yeah, it's a must watch, must own. Save it for the day of Halloween, or, the day before, at least as close to the actual day of Halloween. It's, oh gosh, man, I love it. My last film is one that I always save for either the day of Halloween or the day before. And I think it's the best anthology. I know a lot of people, it's their favorite or one of their favorites. But again, it's definitely mine, and that is Trick or Treat. This movie is, again, a masterpiece to me. It blends in so many horror elements, so many different stories, so much different lore into this film. There's some great actors in it as well. It blends in some horror elements with a dash of some funny ass moments. It's got an iconic horror villain. Even though he just looks so cute, but he is vicious, and he gets his victim, and our victims, I should say. And yeah, this movie is one that is so damn memorable, and yeah, I don't know, man. I just love it. I know I said I loved and a masterpiece with a lot of these films, but there's a reason why they made it onto my list, and your list will be different. And I can't wait to hear about it. Let me know down in the comment section some of your favorite Halloween films, ones that I know that I have missed. Like, I know there's ones who watch Night of the Demons or Fright Nights. I know those aren't added on this film, but these are films that mean a lot to me for this specific month, and that get me into the mood for Halloween. So thank you guys for watching the video. Hit that like and subscribe button if you do. I really appreciate it. Check out my tier memberships. Thank you to my tier members, John from Let's Talk Entertainment Media, William Driver, and Insomniac. And guys, watch those spooky movies, man. It's my favorite time of the year, and I just can't wait to watch these movies for October. So thank you guys, and have a good one.